Hello my friends, welcome to the Wicked Bitter channel. I'm Travis, thank you for checking out this video. If you are new to this channel and you love WWE or just pro wrestling in general, subscribe to this channel, like this video, because you and I, we got some things we got to talk about. This is going to be a great partnership because we are covering WWE every single week. We talk about Raw, Smackdown, PLEs, we do predictions videos, we do review videos, we do email videos where you send in your email with your thoughts, your ideas, your opinions, anything you want to send an email about. You send them in, I read them on these videos, and I post them, and then we can talk about them afterwards. So we're doing a lot here on this channel. We're going to do even more coming up here in the next couple of weeks, probably once the holidays are over, and it's a brand new, fresh year. And then Raw is on Netflix. We got a lot of things coming. You're going to want to be here for the ride. Trust me. Now let's get down to brass tacks, my friends. First of all, very glad to see you. For everybody who has been following my journey, I guess you would call it, with my course for the coding stuff, I'm still waiting on results. It's crazy. Last weekend, it was a week ago, last Saturday, I had my project presentation, and they told me, hey, we're going to grade these on Monday. It's now like a week after that. Like today is Saturday. If you're watching this on Saturday the 21st, it's been a week and I still don't know what's going on. So hopefully I passed. I don't know. Once I know, I will let you know for those of you who care. And for those of you who don't care and you just want to know about wrestling and Smackdown, you're in the right place because we're going to talk about that tonight. Unfortunately, let me get this mic right. Unfortunately, there wasn't a lot to talk about on this Smackdown. I'm not going to lie. I was debating whether I should even make a video. This Smackdown was so brutal for me to get through. I don't even know how long this video is going to be because there wasn't much to talk about. And if you care about the small things, the small matches, I might mention it. But overall, nothing crazy here. The only thing I really took a lot of notes for was the opening segment when Solo Sikoa was in the ring. That's the only time I took notes for anything. Other than that, it's like WWE completely phoned in SmackDown. Now, I don't know. I can't remember if this was live or if this was pre-taped from last week or something. I hope it was pre-taped because if this was live, then this was such a poor effort in my opinion. I don't want to come on here and just talk trash all the time, but this SmackDown truly did bore me. I was not entertained. I was not invested in this SmackDown at all. And half the time, we'll get into it, but after that first segment where Solo came out and had that whole little promo and everything, after that, they showed highlights and replays of Saturday night's main event and other stuff for like a whole half hour. It was like Solo segment. They didn't actually get a first match until almost an hour in. It was pretty crazy that they did that. So not a lot to cover here, but for what we can, let's just talk about some of the things that happened. First thing I want to mention, SmackDown had WWE has announced, or that there's been reports that SmackDown will go to 3 hours starting on January 3rd. So that's pretty exciting. That's fun. I know a lot of people are not going to like this, but I like it. I like it because WWE has a huge roster. Both Raw and SmackDown and NXT, you're going to see a lot of movement. Michael Cole already mentioned that there's going to be a lot of movement going on between the shows. So SmackDown, I feel like, is going to get. They have to get more superstars. There has to be an influx of people coming in because SmackDown's roster right now is not as big as Raw's. And if they're going to go to 3 hours, they're going to need more people. So just wanted to mention that. I did write notes for this first segment. I'm going to have to read them because a lot happened. But basically, Solo and his bloodline came out on SmackDown. He did confirm the tribal combat match that Roman Reigns or Paul Heyman issued the challenge for on the first night on Netflix for Monday Night Raw. Solo Sikoa says he's game. He's down for it. He'll leave his people in the back. Roman leaves his people in the back. All that kind of stuff. So he says he's going to walk in as Tribal Chief and walk out as Tribal Chief, and he's going to still have the Olafala. So that's the way we're going to build this up. It's almost like a one-man show here. It's one-sided. He's building up this rivalry, this feud, this match for Raw by himself because Roman hasn't been here for 2-3 weeks now. Don't know what's going on with this. I love Roman. That's our Tribal Chief, of course. but I'm going to need to see a little more. If we're going to have him in feuds, he's got to be here for it. You know what I mean? Otherwise, you got one guy just talking to himself, and who can really get invested in that? So, he said once he beats Roman, Roman can sail back to the island of irrelevancy and acknowledge him. I thought that was a pretty good line. Drew McIntyre comes out. Here's where it gets interesting. He says, Solo, I want to know, when you lay in bed at night, do you ever wonder when will Drew McIntyre come for me? I thought that was cool too, because a lot of people have been thinking, who's the fourth guy he's talking about? You know, Drew has mentioned that he, one down, 4 to go, or whatever. The fifth guy maybe he's talking about, and we're all trying to figure out who it's going to be. And here he is, clearly saying, it's you. And so basically, Drew McIntyre says, you know what? I'm conflicted because I want to jump you, I want to beat you down, but you also have the same goals as I do, to an extent, so I don't know what to do. I'm kind of torn. So let me tell you what. I'm going to go run through my hit list. I'm going to go up and down and get everybody. Jimmy, Jay, Roman, Sammy. I'm going to go through all of them. And for you, I just want you to take care of Roman Reigns. And then once we're both done getting that stuff taken care of, then we can fight one another. And just as he said that, Jimmy Uso shows up from outside the ring. He pulls down Drew, and he starts beating on Drew McIntyre on the outside of the ring, and they kind of, fight into the crowd, all that kind of stuff. And then LA Knight song hits, and out comes LA Knight, Apollo Crews, and Andrade. Why are we doing this? I was not into this. As soon as I saw this, I was like, I don't like this. Why is LA Knight doing this? I'm going to get worked up about it. This man was just the United States champion, and he's out here now with just teaming up with guys that LA Knight should be by himself. LA Knight should be pushed to be bigger and better than just a mid-carder. LA Knight, he's got this outstanding persona. And then now you got him just in matches with guys that he shouldn't be in matches with. I didn't like this. I wasn't invested. Didn't really care about it. In the 6-man tag match, though, at some point Shinsuke Nakamura shows up on the outside of the ring. He attacks LA Knight, and then Solo Sikoa hits his Samoan spike, and the Bloodline win the 6-man tag match. So overall, the match had some good moments in it, but overall, I don't want LA Knight teaming up with this kind of stuff. I don't want him in tag team matches unless it's with a big top star. I don't want LA Knight getting mixed up and lost in the shuffle, because to me, this is exactly what that looked like, and I did not like it at all. As I mentioned, after that, WWE just played a bunch of highlights and replays and an interview after Saturday Night Main Event with Chelsea Green. Like, they killed so much time on this SmackDown, there was barely anything to cover. So that was that. And then we get a backstage vignette with Kevin Owens where he says that he was screwed out of the title. He hasn't even snapped yet. Don't get him, you don't want him to snap, kind of thing. So fair warning says the next thing, the next time any of this happens, it's going to be on you. Talking about the crowd and the officials, everybody who screwed him over, is in his opinion. I thought that was pretty cool. Kevin Owens, to me, one of the highlights of every SmackDown. I love the guy. I'll never get sick of watching him or what he has to say. Very entertaining. He's still rocking that double winged eagle title, and I hope he keeps it forever. I want that title instead of the one Cody has, but I know that's probably not going to happen. But so no Cody tonight, no Roman tonight. You don't even really get Kevin Owens. You just get a vignette of him. I don't know, man. This SmackDown was very brutal for me. It was hard for me to get through this one. Carmelo Hayes beats Braun Strowman. You probably know I'm not a fan of Braun Strowman. I don't care for him. I think he tries too hard. I think he views himself as a bigger top main event star than anyone else does, and it's just not the case with him. He came out dressed as Santa and tossing gifts into the crowd, and I'm glad Carmelo got the win because he didn't. I like Carmelo, and I get that he's a heel. He's not supposed to look like this powerful, dominant force and everything. But I also don't like when the heels look like wimps and when they look like they're not taken serious. And him beating Braun Strowman was a cool step. It was a good step. I want big things for Carmelo Hayes in 2025. We'll see what happens with that. But he beats Braun Strowman, and then after commercial, he's backstage. Essentially, he ends up just attacking Braun Strowman with a chair when Braun came back there looking for him. And that's that. So it looks like we're going to get ourselves a little bit of a mini feud here with Braun Strowman and Carmelo Hayes. I'm telling you right now, I'm not looking forward to it. They got a chance to shock me and make me surprised at how good it turns out to be, but odds are, I guess I'm thinking it's not going to be that great of a feud. I think it's just because WWE doesn't know what to do right now with Carmelo, and of course you don't know what to do with Braun because you never know what to do with Braun Strowman. This guy's a giant. If he's not a main event guy, then what is he? He's just muddling around, and that's just I'm not into that kind of thing. I don't know. I'm not crazy about him. We get Johnny Gargano versus Alex Shelley one-on-one. He ends up defeating Shelley by pulling on the tights for the win. Not much to cover here. I mean, a solid match. WWE just killed a bunch of time on this SmackDown. Gargano wins. I like the feud that we're going to get between the two tag teams. That's fun. And, of course, you got to expect the Street Profits to be in there at some point, too. That's cool and all, but not much going on there. And then it gives us to our main event. Bianca and Naomi defeat Nia Jax and Candice LeRae to, I guess, retain the tag team championships. I guess Naomi is the tag team champion with Bianca. Listen, I thought they phoned in the SmackDown so badly. I wasn't a fan of it. I was very bored of it. I did not enjoy it. I'm going to be pretty critical about it, because I look forward to making these videos. I look forward to talking to you and hearing your opinions. But, man, if you disagree with me, completely okay. You're right to think whatever you want to think. But for me, this SmackDown was a giant swing and a miss. I'm glad we're past it. I get it's holiday season. It was probably taped. A lot of people have time off. I get all that, but man, I would have been even more happier with a highlight of the year show or something like that. This was just not worth the time, in my opinion, just sitting there and watching for a couple hours. I just wasn't crazy about it. All right, my friends, that's all for now. I appreciate you watching this video. I'm sorry it wasn't even more entertaining or better. It's just SmackDown was just very boring to me. There was not much to talk about. So, look, I appreciate all the support you guys have given me on this channel and on, my whole experience doing the coding stuff. I appreciate the well wishes, the good lucks, everything you've ever said to me. We are at the end of the year here, my friends. The goal was to get to 1,500 subscribers before the year was over. We are over 1,600 right now. I could not be any more grateful. I'm super thankful for every single one of you. Without this channel, without you, this channel is nothing. I had this channel when I had nobody here, and I was just talking to myself. So I very much appreciate you. I love talking to you. Feel free to send in some emails. I would love to do a couple of email videos to have out there next week during the holiday week because I don't think I'll be able to watch Raw or SmackDown and come out with a review video. I have family coming in. We're going to be pretty busy, and I won't be able to really watch those shows. So if I can, great. I'm telling you right now, I probably won't be able to. But I still want to put out something for you guys. So send in your emails. I would love to make a couple email videos, so that we can still talk. And I'll be, responding to comments and all that kind of stuff too. So I appreciate all of you. Subscribe if you haven't yet. Like the video if you haven't yet. It does a lot for the channel. It does a lot for me. I appreciate it. All right, guys. Hey, the end of the year, man. I couldn't do it without you. Here's to next year. It's going to be so much better. I have so many things planned. I can't wait. I'm excited to share these things with you guys. All right. Have a good weekend. Until we eat again, my friends. As always, stay bitter.